Hello, hello. If it isn't the Smoky Neko. I am hopping on my Discord there, so that way, like... can have different voices and stuff. Boss man, hello! Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. It was okay. Hello, hello! Come on in, come on in. We're not going to do a long stream today, but we are going to, like, have a stream. It's not, like, going to be, like, 3 to 4 hours long. It's going to be, like, an hour or, like, an hour and a half. Because I want to talk about stuff. Should have stuff in the background, at least. There we go. Some peaceful music for the background. Hello, hello, come on in, everybody, come on in. Did I see a heavy bow gun on the thumbnail? Yeah, that was when I use the thumbnail now for more relaxed streams or just streams where we're chatting. I need to get more thumbnails.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Who did join us here? Oh, hi, Owl. Hi, Will. How you two doing?
Hello.
Hey. How are you two doing?
Doing good. Just working on a new set of nails.
Nice.
I'm doing good. You're streaming at a civil time for me.
Yeah, I know, right? It's absolutely insane. Hello. We have someone else that joined in. I hate this font. I can't read it because I'm stupid. Haven. Or Caven. Is that Haven or Caven?
Yeah.
Could be Raven.
Raven?
Raven?
Looks like a looks like Raven. That looks like an R.
Raven. Raven.
Yes,
okay.
Raven. Okay.
Awesome. Good to know. All right. So I'm just gonna let a few more people slide on in before we get into like the main topics today. Joke's on you, boss. It's Skaven. Not only are they ambushing me in Total War, they're ambushing me in my streams. God damn it!
It's fine. Skaven don't exist.
You say that.
No, I have many fine Imperial products that tell me that Skaven are not real. Of your imagination.
By order of the Imperial Inquisition.
It's literally it's a plot point in Old World Warhammer. The Empire, the official stance of the Empire is the Skaven do not exist.
They're just really ugly goblins.
Really ugly beastmen.
Ah.
The idea of like an entire civilization of super technologically advanced rats is complete nonsense.
Hello, my lord. I saw that you got your sister's battle squad. I'm so happy for you. I'm sure I will treat you to another gift in the near future. Thank you. By the way, if you can, that squad leader is going to be you. So if you could send me what colors you want your weapons to be, let me know. I'd appreciate it. Look, our badass announcer is here. Yeah, not that badass, but I'm here. I'm alive. And I'm streaming a day earlier than I said I would because two things happened, and I want to talk about both of them. The first one is the fun one. The second one is a little bit more deep and a bit sadder.
Mm-hmm.
Secret of Nim would like a word with you, sir. Secret of Nim is just the origin story of the rats.
I mean, I think they were actually quite inspired by it, legitimately.
Don Bluth, you hack! Don Bluth can only draw two kinds of male characters: the handsome lad and the fat guy.
No, the they don't exist thing is a Princess Bride reference.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched Princess Bride in like a long time. I watched it when I was a kid, and I didn't understand what was going on. And I
You should. Holds up.
Sounds like you're due for a rewatch.
sounds like I'm due for a
Definitely holds-
rewatch. All right. So, yeah, I think it's about time we can start here. So, Space Marine 2 just dropped its new roadmap for the year. The next season, we are getting a confirmed new mission, a new cosmetic pack, and a new weapon. Starting with the smaller stuff, which is the new weapon, is a Neo Volkite pistol. Volkite weapons are extremely rare within 40k now, but what they did was they fired a beam that superheated a target until they exploded.
Oh.
At least that's how I understand how it's described. So yeah, we're getting that kind of gun in Space Marine 2, so that's exciting. We're getting a new pistol. Second, the new cosmetic is Dark Angels. We've all known this, but they did show the roadmap. There's going to be, like, I think 9 chapters attached to the Dark Angels. And yes, they are including another purple.
Ooh, let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Another purple. And as well as new cosmetics for your guns and for the Blade Guard veteran, well, for the Bulwark class, a Dark Angels unique skin for it. So it's a lot of love to the Unforgiven chapters. And if you have the Gold Edition or the Ultimate Edition, you get this for free. Everyone else, you will have to pay for the cosmetics. But you will not have to pay for the Neo Volkite pistol and the new mission that they dropped. Well, they're going to be dropping like either next month or in December. And the new mission, we're going back to the jungle world, and we are fighting a Tyranid Bio-Titan.
Oh.
Yeah. If you don't know what a Bio-Titan is, you know, like the 40k Titans? Like, we have, like, Knights, then we got, like, the Warhound, the Reaver, the Imperator, all that kind of stuff. We're fighting a Tyranid version of that. We're fighting Bio-Titans. And, oh my god. You can find this on... Where did I post it in the Discord? I posted it in the Discord. Where is it? Oh my god, you all post so much. I love it. But at the same time, it makes it hard to find. Focus Entertainment released the trailer today, like an hour, like 2 or 3 hours ago. And they didn't show much of the mission. But from what I saw, you're essentially trying to get tons of anti-Titan guns to try and train onto this thing. We don't know when. They did not say when. Unless I go back into the trailer and look at it again. Hold on. It's a post-launch overview. One sec. Yeah, no, they did not give a date. They did not give a date. So that sucks. But this is exciting. Again, the new mission and the new gun will be free. They come out when they come out for everyone. You do not have to buy them. You do not have to pay a single fucking cent. The only thing you will have to spend money on, if you want to, is the Dark Angels cosmetics. And if you bought, like, the Ultimate Edition or the Gold Edition, you get those two things for free anyway. So, like... Wait, did they say the new gun is? Volkite pistol. It is a gun that fires a superheated beam, and essentially it keeps heating up the target till they explode.
I put photos of them in the chat if you want to.
Yep, I'll grab it. So, our wonderful boy lad here, Will, has put them in the Discord chat here, so I'll show you all. There you go. There's the Bio-Titan. Yeah!
Nice.
That's how big this thing is. It is dwarfing you. This is like fucking Clover from Cloverfield. Like, oh my god. So big.
Now I can get my ass kicked by Titan in both Space Marine and Helldivers.
Here's another shot of it in action. Just like watching it go. Like, holy shit. It's cute. Smokey? You and I have a very different definition of cute. But yeah, like, look at this fucking thing. And then here's your Dark Angel's unique skin. You get, like, the winged helmet. You get, like, a special sword. A Calibanite sword and a new Calibanite shield. And then there's your new pistol. There's the Neo Volkite pistol. So yeah, like, that's the new stuff we're getting. It's small for Season 1, but it will help keep the game alive into the new year. Because, like, I have people already saying, like, I'm getting bored, there's not much else to do, and they have confirmed in Season 3 there will be a new game mode, there will be new maps, and there will be more cosmetic options. Okay, but now that that's done, now that we're through the fun, there is something deeper I want to talk about, and it is going to delve into the realm of the culture war. So, for all those that don't know, there is a group of people on Twitter, on TikTok, on YouTube, that have been constantly arguing that the woke, quote unquote, and I put quotes around this because they can never explain what it is. And if they do try to explain, we're just gonna call it as it is. You're just being a dick. Like, you're just being either racist or homophobic or sexist. Like, that's all you're doing. You're just trying to put a different word in front of it. And they're trying to, like, make modern gaming sound like it's corrupting you, or it's ruining the games that you love, or that, like, it's making people uglier, or, you know, just, like, bullshit. And yeah, we can talk about, like, how weird they are, how disgusting they are, because, like, one of the characters from Silent Hill 2, these weirdos are actively trying to make mods to sexy a sexual assault victim up. That's how weird this can get. This is how fucked up it can get.
Yeah.
But there's something else that's been bugging me, and it's more depressing, honestly. And it goes back to when I was falling through the alt-right pipeline, where I was falling into, like, these grifts, falling into this rage bait, because that's what it is at the end of the day. It's rage bait. It's meant to keep you angry. It's meant to keep you upset. Most of these people that are following these grifters, like Arch, like Grums, like Geeks and Gamers, really think about what they're telling you. You shouldn't play this fun video game because character looks like X. Like, the appearance of the character is ruining the game. Not that the gameplay is bad. Not that the story is bad. Not that the game is a broken mess. But because character looks like example. What the fuck are we on? Where are we here? People are choosing not to play a video game and are actively bombarding it with false reviews and other bullshit because the game designers chose that character design or this way to go with a story. Like, Ghost of Tsushima Yotai, or Yotei, I don't know how to say it. They're already saying that the game is bad because there's a woman in it. Like, you play a woman. I'm sorry. Does her being a woman affect the gameplay of Ghost of Tsushima? Does it affect how I kill somebody in the game? Does my sword somehow stop functioning because I'm playing a woman? No. The game's not even out yet. So how is it bad? How is it going to flop on arrival? They're already deciding something is bad, and they are choosing to be miserable about it. They said that Silent Hill 2 flopped. It didn't, by the way. The Silent Hill 2 remake is one of the most successful Silent Hill games in like a long time, which isn't saying much because the series has been like on hiatus, near dead for years. But like, that's good. Like, it's good that Silent Hill 2 remake came out and is a success. But they're saying it's bad because the sexual assault victim in the game doesn't have tits that can crush my head. They aren't objectifying her. They aren't making her sexual. When that's not the point of her character in the game. And it doesn't affect the gameplay in any way. They are choosing. People that say they are fans of Silent Hill are choosing to let this small, insignificant little thing affect their whole opinion of the game. Like, what? They are choosing to be miserable, is what I'm saying here. They are choosing to not have fun. They are choosing to make their own problems so they can continue to be miserable. And it works the same way with Warhammer 40k. It works the same way with Warhammer 40k. People are choosing to leave the game because some of the plastic models, some of these plastic models that you can't even tell what the gender is on most of them. Some of them have vaginas, guys. Oh my god. Some of them were born as women, or some of them were born with different skin color. And I gotta tell you guys something very, very concrete here. The game hasn't changed. There's just a few more cosmetic options, or make-believe options. Like, Custodes, they still are the quantity over quality army. They still kill most things they touch. Like, they're still hitting on 2s. They're still wounding most things on 2s and 3s. Like, nothing changed. But they're acting like it's the end of the world in a game that they claim to love. Nope. People are in the game. I'm done. I'm out. That's what they're saying. I am choosing to stop the fun that I am having because people exist. Because that's all this is at the end of the day. They are getting mad that people exist. And they don't like that.
Yeah, and not just in the, game aspect too. The fact is that they see these things like Warhammer, video games and stuff like that. They see it as their club. They see people who have been in this community that they don't like, who have always been here. But they're now becoming more visible, more comfortable being visible, and finally getting to be seen in the media that they adore. And they're just like, oh, they're infiltrating our club.
And it's not infiltration. People have always been here. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if they're a woman, they're trans, they're gay. It doesn't fucking matter. It never has. Are they an asshole? Is their personality the problem? Well, that's fine if their personality is the problem, because, like, not everyone's gonna get along. Like, I've met people in my real life and online that I just don't click with. And that's fine. You're allowed to not like somebody because your personalities clash. But this entire thing is super fucking official.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? If I pick female Pokemon trainer, it doesn't change the game at all. Oh no, I just play a girl. Or I play as a guy. They are so lost in this hate train of perpetual misery that they are causing themselves, by the way. That they are ascribing video game failures to cosmetic design. To designs of characters. Concord,
Yeah.
as like my best example here. Concord did not fail because DEI or woke. It failed because of 3 key factors. 1, it was a PvP battle arena game with a live service. And how many other games are out there like that right now? We're overloaded with them. We're burnt out. It's the same thing with the Suicide Squad game. We're done with live service games. We're burnt out on them. Not because, oh, woke. Who the fuck cares? The game functioned perfectly fine. There wasn't any problems with it. It's just, it was released at a time where everyone was burnt out on this kind of genre. And we're still burnt out on it. Yeah, like Overwatch 2 and like a few other of these PvP games are still, they still have player bases, but nothing of where they were. Because we're slowly losing interest. Then the second thing. The game was barely, if at all, advertised. Who the fuck heard of Concord before it came out? Who the fuck heard about it? I didn't even know what the fuck Concord was. I had to go out of my way to find out what it was. And Sony didn't advertise it, they didn't talk about it until like a day or 2 before it released. That is terrible.
One debt to society later.
That is death sentence for a game if the company is not advertising it. Like, it's the same with Chibi Robo, it's the same with fucking Pikmin on the 3DS. If it's not being advertised, no one cares. No one gives a shit. And then 3. Sony, the game went through apparently development hell from what I understand. And, like, Sony had no faith in the project. Even though they were trying to push it as, like, their PvP game, their Overwatch, their League of Legends. But, like, actions speak louder than words. The game did not fail because its character design was bad, and I looked at their character designs. Yeah, they're not good, but plenty of games have had bad character designs and still be great. And then, like, oh no, there's a fat character in it. Really? We're going with that? A fat character was in it? Well then, I guess Left 4 Dead should have been shot in the fucking head. Because Coach is fat. And he's black.
There's multiple larger body characters in Overwatch. Overwatch was a massively successful multiplayer shooter. Multiple of the characters are different ethnicities and are different body shapes.
Bingo. It's superficial bullshit. And this is the tragedy that this is the depressing thing I'm trying to get to the crux to. These people are choosing. And yes, this is a choice. They are choosing to stay mad. They are choosing to stay uneducated. They are choosing to let their anger win and influence their decisions. You want to know how I know this? Because that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. I got locked into that mindset. I became angry. I became distrustful. I became so jaded that I couldn't listen to other opinions or actual facts about why a show or a game failed. It was the woke's fault. It was the gays' fault. It was because women don't know how to write. Even though, no, none of that is real. Can someone be a bad writer? Yes. Can there be bad decisions? Yes. But a person's gender and ethnicity have no bearing on their quality as a writer, as a game developer, or anything else. It doesn't, regardless of what anyone says. And these people would rather live in a reality where they believe that's reality. That someone who is a different skin color or gender from them is just bad. Instead of just looking at the facts and going like, oh, so that's why the game failed, because the company didn't push it, they weren't marketing it, and it was just like they didn't give it a chance, and timing was wrong. And they are choosing to deny themselves fun experiences. Now, am I saying that, like, every game is going to be, like, the greatest thing you'll ever play? No! I don't play Helldivers to have, like, the most deep philosophical discussion. I play it because me and my friends have a good time going, haha, murdering bugs and robots is fun, while also, ironically, playing as the evil faction. Because it's fun. If I want deep philosophical experiences, that's why I got Silent Hill 2. By the way, plug, we will be playing that this Friday. And Thursday. We go to games for different experiences. If I want to turn my brain off, yeah, sure, I'll turn on Call of Duty. But if I want to have like a more philosophical, deep discussion and breakdown, I can go play a game that offers that experience. Are all of them going to be bangers? No. But then again, what's a banger to me is someone else's banger.
Later.
I like playing Call of Duty. I'm not going to say it's the greatest thing in the world, but there are people that say Call of Duty is the best game they've ever played. I think Mega Man is one of the best platformers around. But no one's going to agree with me that it's the best. Like, very few people are going to agree with me with that opinion. But I can tell you right now, it doesn't matter if they were written by men, if they were like programmed by different skin color people or different genders. It's a game that I am enjoying. Same with 40K. I'm going to play the game that I love. It doesn't matter who's writing the rules. We are allowed to criticize things, by the way. I'm not saying you can't criticize things either. Because that's what these angry people will say. Well, it's like, oh, well, I can't criticize it. No, you are allowed to criticize it. I'm not going to say Concord was a good game. I'm just going to say, be realistic about why it failed. Concord released at a bad time. It was a game that the entire industry is burnt out on. And we're all tired of these PvP arena games. Not because of character A being black and a woman. If that's your criticism, that the game is bad because person exists, that's not criticism, that's you being a bigot. And we need to stop pretending that, like, bigot is, like, this word that we use to shut people up. No, it exists for a reason. If you are acting like a bigot, you are going to be called a bigot. End of discussion. And these people let their bigotry get in the way of their fun. They choose to be miserable and angry instead of enjoying something that they say they enjoyed. And again, I'm not going to act like modern gaming is the best thing ever, but I'm also not going to pretend that old gaming was amazing either. Holy fuck. Everyone, people are like, Halo 2 is like the manliest game and like the perfect example of what a Halo game is. That isn't what they were saying back in 2004.
People hated Halo 2 when it first came out. 'Cause
Yeah.
It didn't have an ending.
It didn't have an ending. You played as Arbiter, which was like totally weird here to a lot of people. Playing as a different hero, and the story was focused on that person. What the fuck? Oh, and how much other games came out that were absolute trash fires?
Yep.
Like, guys, I can count so many times where I've had games when I was a child where I fell through the fucking floor. This isn't new.
I mean, yeah, like, back in the day, a game came out, it was broken. It didn't get fixed.
It didn't.
Nope.
Like Space Marine 2, granted, it released mostly stable with a lot of graphical hiccups here and there, but those can be fixed. If I bought fucking, what's a really buggy game from like 2000, from like before like internet connected to consoles and shit.
Like Oblivion on console.
If I bought Oblivion on console, I'm hooped. There's nothing I can do. Oblivion as a base game is a broken, buggy mess. Like, I don't know what else to tell all of y'all. But, like, they swear that these old days were, like, the best times for gaming. No, they weren't. Everybody back in the early 2000s said that it was the worst. People said that Sonic 06 would be the death of the gaming industry. That Sonic 06 was the E.T. of fucking 2006. The difference is now is that we can have our games be fixed. Should they be released in the buggy states that they're being released? No! No one is saying that! We're saying that, yes, some issues can be fixed now. And I'm not saying, like, the new Star Wars game that came out, it was buggy as hell. It shouldn't have been released in that state. But, like, at least they can fucking fix it. Unlike back then. Still not a good argument that games should be released in the way that they are, but, like, we're in a better time for video games now than we were back then. And as well as that, this stupid culture war has evolved, so, like, apparently I'm a pussy if I play Mario.
Right?
Who the fuck cares if I'm playing Mario? I think Mario Party and Mario Kart are fun. If I'm having fun, how does that make me a pussy? Oh, well, you're a man if you play, like, Halo, Call of Duty, or, like, Gears of War. I still play those.
I am allowed to enjoy different genres.
Yep.
Not everyone enjoys Bang Bang Shooty Game. I like Bang Bang Shooty Game, but I also enjoy puzzle game. I also enjoy platformer. I also enjoy party game. Because, guess what? We're people, we're allowed to like different things. I love 40K, but I also play games like Dungeons & Dragons, a much different game than Warhammer 40K. I play Pathfinder, which is just D&D, just a little bit more number-based. And I cannot believe people choose to be this fucking miserable in their lives. I am literally, like, I will catch myself, like, scrolling through Twitter, like a Twitter comment thread about about people just like talking like they're on the edge of a building. That like their lives are so miserable in that their childhood was destroyed in front of them or something like that. Guy, you're overreacting. You're like talking like you're hanging the toaster over the bathtub.
Yeah, and it'd be one thing if they were miserable all by their little lonesome, but they want to make it everyone else's problem, make it unsafe for marginalized communities within these spaces. Like, it's so frustrating where it starts feeling like, you know, you can't openly talk about shit on the internet anymore, and talk about like the media that you love without some dipshit coming in.
I have my, like, you guys all see my 40K videos. But I've been going out of my way through my comment section, deleting negative comments. Like, no, I said negative, not criticism. There is genuine critique to have, whether it be against me or against Warhammer 40K. I am not going to say Warhammer is a perfect game, but there's a difference between having a criticism and just, like, talking like you're on the edge of a building, gonna jump.
I think a lot of that is performative for the in-group, though.
It is very performative. But
it's very High School Mean Girls. Everyone, so you've got to one up your friends, kind of like vibe.
Yeah, it's, come on. I get that, like, these are stories that people get invested in. These are games that, like, I get it. I really do. And, like, there are games and stories that are special and near and dear to my heart. Like, Battlefield Los Angeles. Y'all remember that fucking movie?
Mm-hmm.
Absolute dumpster fire of a movie. Garbage in every way. Hollywood schlock explosion film. I love that film. Not because the movie's great. God, no. But because it's a part of a memory of my dad spending time with me and my brother. And I can separate that movie and that memory because, like, it's just my dad was being nice to me and my brother. But, like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to, like, screech at people that Hollywood ruined everything. No. I feel like I got sidetracked there. But, like, it's an example of, yes, you can have good memories and fun memories of a thing that you love. But you shouldn't let that ruin the fun for you or anyone else. It's okay to not like something. Do I like the new Star Wars movies? I like Episode 7. I like half of Last Jedi. And I do not like Rise of Skywalker. But, like, that's my opinion. I like those movies, but I think Rise of Skywalker is trash. But just because a movie was bad does not mean the whole franchise is ruined. It doesn't mean, like, people came in and ruined it. It's just the movie wasn't good. We move on with our lives.
I mean, I'm old enough to remember nerd media, as in, like, zines and books that were written about, like, science fiction and stuff from, like, the early 90s. They talk about Return of the Jedi as the bad Star Wars that ruined it. That ruined the legacy of the series.
How dare teddy bears beat stormtroopers?
Yeah. Oh, how it did Boba Fett, this cool character who's built up like so dirty and all this kind of stuff. when I remember the online discourse around the prequel series, around the prequels, particularly around episode 1 and then around all of the other ones. I remember when the online joke was those things are worded my childhood. That was just like the shorthand for the prequels. And then that became the shorthand for the Clone Wars animated series. And then that became the shorthand for the Disney Plus TV show. Like, it shifts. The thing that is going to ruin Star Wars keeps shifting.
Yeah, and
It's whatever the newest thing is.
And this is part of why I'm trying to go out of my way to not speak on negative topics anymore. I'm done being negative. Is there still going to be negative things that affect me? Yes. Am I still going to argue and stand up for the people within my community and those who want to be a part of like Warhammer 40k and everything? Yes, I'm going to still stand up and speak up to those assholes. Because that's what we should do as a community. Stand up for members within it and stand up for people that want to join it. But like, I am so tired of like this whole like arguing with these people time and time again. The game crashed because it's woke. Define that. What do you mean? Black people exist. You're a fucking idiot. You can only say that so many times to these people. You can only call them stupid so many fucking times. They know they're stupid. They don't give a shit. They know they're miserable. They don't give a shit. If they want to wallow in their shit pile, you know what? Fucking let them. Call them out for being losers and move on with our lives. Yes, is it bad that like these people get like millions of views, these lying grifters? Yes, it's bad. But that's why we all need to stand up together and shout them down.
Mm-hmm.
Reality is not their reality. Silent Hill 2 made gangbusters in a week. Not even in a week, in a couple of days. It is a remake of a classic game from PS2. And people are happy to be able to play a classic that they love in new, shiny graphics. Because at the end of the day, it's still Silent 2. It's still Silent Hill 2. It just has a new coat of paint and fixed up mechanics.
Like, they were all prepped to talk about how Space Marine 2 was a failure. Like, they had like their arguments prepped around it was like one of the devs is trans, and that was gonna, like, one of the story writers is trans or something like that, and that was you could see that, you can see it when you see their arguments, like when you see their posts of like the thing they are going to blame is like sort of like put out into the ether, and then it's a confirmation bias. If the game does well, it did well in spite of that person, and if it does badly, it's because of that person.
They can't have their cake and eat it too. And this is actually something I'm really glad about. People are starting to finally wake up to the bullshit. They're starting to smell the roses and for the shit that they're spewing. Because I've seen people constantly of these people going like, but the game is fun. Like, why are you saying it's bad? It's fun. Why does this matter? And then they start questioning, and then a week later, I find them fully on my side and apologizing to me. Like, holy shit. Absolutely out of fucking nowhere. One sec, I gotta answer a call here. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Sorry, just had a call from my brother.
No worries.
Ah. Okay. Where was I?
I was going to make it. I was going to make a joke that you should have put some like very popular YouTube video or something on for us all to react to, because I think that's what you're supposed to do when a streamer walks away from a stream.
Yeah, put a video of someone jingling keys, keep chat's
Yeah.
attention.
Do I look like XQC to you? I know I'm Canadian, but I'm not that Canadian. But where was I?
People apologizing to you.
Yeah. Like, I have these people going like, yeah, no, I have, like, I was miserable, and then, like, I listened to your content, and it just, like, it reminded me why I love this thing. And, like, hearing your arguments and everything, like, I don't agree with a lot of it, but at the same time, I'm just like, yeah, no, you make a good point. How is this changing the game that I love in any significant way? And guys, again, you are allowed to not like a thing, but think about why you don't like it. Is it because you aren't jiving with the gameplay? Or is it like a genre you don't like? Is it the story is just not clicking with you, or something's missing from it that's just like that linchpin of whether you're gonna like it or not? Those are actual criticisms. But, like, if your entire argument is woke bad, and you don't elaborate what the fuck that means, or, like, if it's superficial, like skin color or gender, that's not a criticism, you're just an asshole.
Yeah, like if you're so wrapped up in the dichotomy, because I see this with a lot of people, which is the people have this like self-view thing, which is like, I am a good person, I like good things, therefore if I do not like thing is bad, and there's this logical progression there. But it becomes a thing of, okay, is it a case that you don't actually like the thing, or is it you're being told not to like the thing as well? Or like you're choosing not to like the thing because you've not actually experienced the experience.
I would say it's more along the case of the line of marginalized people are being used as a scapegoat.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
100%.
it totally
Yeah.
is part of that too.
Yeah. Because that's really a lot of just what I see regarding this vitriol, and it's like I mentioned it earlier before, they feel threatened because, again, things like Warhammer, things like video games, the outside perception of it has always been like this boys club, this hub of masculinity, when in reality marginalized people have been in it since the start.
Yeah. Like, you may not have seen it yourself, but they were always there. Those people
it's like-
have always been there.
It's like, yeah, like do you like Warhammer? Do you like dragons in Warhammer? The reason dragons in Warhammer are a thing is because in the 1980s they had a woman called, at the time, Trish Morrison, now Trish Carden, who was a sculptor at Games Workshop, and she designed all of the monsters for Warhammer. All of them. Like,
You guys, you
One
guys
of-
remember Frogger? You want to know how, like, how long women have been in video games? Frogger, yes, was developed by a Japanese company, Konami, but it was a woman who argued for it. Who argued to have the arcade machines in bars because she believed it would be a success. They've been here since forever. People have been here since forever.
the a really good example of that, I believe the entire original musical score for Street Fighter was composed by women.
Yep. And yes, there is stuff to say about marginalized groups finally being able to succeed and finally being able to like enjoy their passions without having to be like attacked for their color of their skin or the gender they were born as. But as well, we also need to start normalizing that this is normal. It is normal for people of all skin tones, genders, whatever the fuck, to come in and work on things or become professionals in the stuff that they love.
Well, for a good example, Brenda Braithwaite, who her married name is Romero, actually was part of Surtech and mostly designed the Wizardry series and the Jagged Alliance series. So, I mean, we've had women in gaming since the early 80s.
Yeah, and there are more things in this world that are worth getting mad about. Like, yeah, is a crappy release of a game that you were anticipating something to be upset about? Yes, it is. You're allowed to be upset about a game crashing and burning. I was upset about Mighty Number 9. Like, y'all remember Mighty Number 9?
But don't yuck someone else's yum. That's the big thing. Don't yuck someone else's yum.
Yeah. And again, we're allowed to massively criticize things, but think about what you're criticizing. Kind of a thing here. At the end of the day, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I see so many of these people getting angry and they can't even explain it to me why. And then they get upset when someone calls them like, why are you acting like a bigot? Like, why are you acting like this way? And they get upset and say like, I'm not a bigot, but you just said a bigoted thing. So either you're parroting someone, or you truly believe this.
Cognitive dissonance at its finest.
Yeah, and
So this comes up a lot in what I do for a job. I run events for different people, and we have sort of a theory that I've sort of come to is that like when we have people that are like, oh well, you're saying I can't do X thing, and I'm like, well no, you can say, do, and like anything that you want. You just have to be prepared to accept the consequences of that. What I find a lot of people want to be able to do online is they want to be able to say things or have opinions about things without consequence.
Part of the problem, though, is that the way people are taught these days, one, critical thinking in the American school system is pretty much non-existent, the public school system. And we've gone down to rote memorization. Students need to know facts, not how to actually live and talk to people and behave like an actual adult. That's all been ripped out of the curriculum. No home ec, no business classes, nothing like that.
This isn't just an American problem, though. I mean, I live on Turf Island. This is like,
and I live in Canada.
This is more along the lines of, and especially seeing like the big grifters taking a fear and feeding it.
It's 100% motivated in large part by people monetizing fears.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It's the Mein Kampf tactics.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I hate to say it, it's very
But
similar to how the Gestapo and Nazism began, with slow, incremental steps like this.
But it's not even being done for that. It's being done by a lot of people. The people who are driving a lot of this, and you can see it because they jump from thing that will get them engagement to thing that will get them engagement, and claim they've always been fans of all of them.
Like,
I mean, these people.
Sorry, you continue. Sorry.
So, and it's trying to generate capital from anger, which is unfortunately because we have algorithms that that prioritize strong feelings, and anger is a strong feeling, is an easy one to monetize.
The best example I have is Star Wars Theory. I know, we're going to talk about this piece of shit.
Oh boy.
I want you to look at his channel. He calls himself Star Wars Theory. When was the last time this motherfucker talked about Star Wars? I have a more generic name than him. Announcer of games. I'm talking about games. Whether it be about their fluff on my TikTok or the game itself on my YouTube. I'm talking about games. All he talks about is drama and rage bait, but still calls himself a Star Wars channel. Buddy, you haven't been a Star Wars channel in 2 fucking years. And you're wondering why Star Wars doesn't contact you. But they contact people like Star Wars Explained. They contact those people because they actively talk about it. And by the way, Star Wars Explained, one of the best Star Wars channels out there. Love those two. Absolutely wonderful couple. They talk about the series. They talk about the movies. They talk about the books. They talk about the shows. They talk about the games. Good and bad. And yes, they are more positive. Doesn't mean they aren't critical, but they are more positive towards it.
Well, people don't understand that all you need to do, if you want chances like that in the industry to get big and to be noticed, whether it's in content creation or actual gaming, is 1, networking, 2, getting your persona set up and ready to go for actually doing it, and then sticking to the topic, which most people don't do. I got picked to go out to California for Space Marine 1 because I was constantly posting relevant content and answering questions in a forum. Community manager noticed, and I was rewarded for it because I was considered a very helpful person.
By the way,
If
GW,
more people did that,
GW, I will happily sponsor your shit. Again, $100 is $100. I'm willing.
Oh, to be sponsored by GW.
Listen, I'm willing to do a lot for plastic.
okay, serious question.
The creator program has like some kind of metrics for it. So,
serious question though. What kind of, if you're talking about being sponsored by GW, at what point would you decide that you didn't want to do the sponsorship, or is there anything you're afraid that they might say that you have to do or not do that you wouldn't take the sponsorship?
The only rules that I have for like wanting to be sponsored myself is that I want to be honest with my audience. If there's a problem with the product, I want to be able to talk about it. I will still sing its praises, but I'm going to be honest about it. I'm not going to just lie to people. So like, it means that 1, I would like to have the product myself and test it out and see how it is. And B, I want to be able to talk about it in an open way.
Do you have a lawyer available or on retainer to do, or to at least read over paperwork and stuff like that for you, or are you just
My
doing all
wife is a business admin graduate.
Oh, hey, problem solved.
They when Phoenix, my wife actively looks over like anything that like I'm accepting.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you've got a good support system for that.
Yeah, no, my wife, God, they're amazing. I love them so much. Absolute champion. We'll sit there.
Yeah, my spouse is the same way.
You know what's hilarious? Where I groan looking at like a 200-page document, they go like, "Yo, can I read that?"
I'll have it done by lunch.
I'll have that done by like this afternoon.
That's awesome.
They actively like. The reason why I'm not getting bent out of shape about my numbers anymore is because my wife sat down, looked at how YouTube, Twitch, TikTok does everything, and then broke it down for me like I break down 40K fluff for all of you. And now I understand
know
how
that-
everything works.
Well, and it's great that you've got somebody that can do that, because without knowing how many fans you've actually got, you don't know how many. Basically, there was a YouTuber I work with who has like 750,000 people to subscribe to his channel. Well, several people tried to start some drama, and he was upset about it because he felt it was personal. And I said, dude, just remember, there's 750,000 people that say you're right and they like what you're doing, and that's 4.
That's fair. But yeah, like, back on topic, the reason why I'm not arguing on Twitter as much anymore is because, 1, Twitter's a fucking hellhole. 2, there's no point. It's Twitter. There's no point in arguing with people there. All I can do is continue to make the content that I love to make and talk about the thing that I love and show you all why it makes me happy and why it's interesting to me, and hopefully it interests you. That's all I can do at the end of the day. And yes, I will push back on bullshit, because you can't let bullshit slide. You can't let lies slide.
And that's one of the reasons why I'm glad you did the retractions, the 2 corrections you've had to do. That shows a lot of integrity, and that shows a lot of thoroughness in evaluating your sources and material.
Because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Oh no, I got something wrong. Did the world explode? I'm not the one working with nuclear physics here. I am some idiot on the internet. It is okay to be wrong. There is nothing wrong with admitting that you got it wrong. We're human at the end of the day. If I continue to be wrong, if I continue to spout bullshit, then I become untrustworthy and I lose anyway. Oh no, I lose out on a couple of views because I'm wrong. I make up for it. No.
I was gonna say, I mean, one of the other content creators or a couple of the other content creators I watch, they make content out of doing correction videos, where they're like, yeah, we said this in the previous one, we were wrong. Here's the actual truth. Like,
so long as someone shows me how I'm wrong, proves to me that I'm wrong, then yeah, I'm fully willing to fess up to my mistake, because when it came to Matthew Ward, I was just going off of what I knew and what I was told. But then, lo and behold, someone comes in the comments and goes, yeah, no, this is debunked. When and how? Because I don't believe you. Here's the interview with Matthew Ward 2 months ago. That was at like 12:30 in the morning, and I sat through an hour-long video and made that correction an hour later. And not only did I learn something new about the hobby that I love, but like I learned how the writing teams at GW worked. Which means that, hey, I have something to talk about now. So not only did I get corrected on a thing I was wrong on, so I'm very happy about that my misinformation has been, like, corrected. Because we should never be, like, angry about the truth of the situation. But, like, I learned how the company that makes the game that I love wrote things back in the day. It's just like, hell yeah, dude. I got to learn something new. And that made me happy.
Well, and the thing is, the grifters, the ones who spread the misinformation, that willfully spread information, are the ones you'll never see an apology or retraction from until they've stepped so far into it that they have to do it to try to save face.
Like, I'm going to use an example here. When I got something wrong, I deleted my video and I made a correction. When Arch did something wrong, he lied about why he deleted the video. He quietly deleted it and then lied about it. I.e., the Black Space Marine video, when he said that Black Space Marines can't exist, he was proven wrong. But instead of fessing up to it, he said that his channel was hacked and he deleted the video. But only that video. Only that one. Someone hacks his channel and deletes one video. That seems like kind of a bad hacker, honestly.
Well, you know the old saying, once is coincidence, twice is happenstance, 3 times is enemy action.
Yep. And again, I talk about a fictional game that is a game that we play on the table and on computers and consoles. It's not worth lying about it. There's no worth in lying. It's why I will always be truthful with all of you as much as I can be. Unless there's like a court order on like a gun over my head where I can't be.
At the end of the day, it's marketing material for toy soldiers. This is not worth the amount of rage these people are putting in.
Yeah, we're all playing with a bunch of fucking plastic. Like,
guys, we're playing army men with a rulebook.
Or in my case, you have some of the minis and almost all the computer games.
Yeah, like there's no reason. Oh my god, I got something wrong about a game with like over what, 47, 48 years of history? Oh
yeah,
no!
That sounds about right.
Oh no,
Yeah,
the horror.
Well, you think about how many people spout that, GW ripped off Blizzard with the Tyranids and Space Marines. There's still people that believe that.
Actually, what came first, Zerg or Tyranids?
Tyranids.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tyranids by about a decade.
Yeah.
There's no reason to wage a virtual war over this. We're all here because it's something we love. That's it. Exactly. And it doesn't matter who it is playing the game. If you're a dick, that's where we draw the line.
see,
The
I
more
always
people
found
that play,
it.
the more people we have to play with, and the more fun there is. As long as they're not doing anything harmful to anybody should be able to play.
Ow.
I always found it very funny when, the whole, like women custodies thing was announced. And the amount of people who decided to jump onto this grift, having no idea about the franchise itself, just going in to try to sow more discourse, spouting things that were absolutely not, like obviously were just not, or were indicators that, like, you were just going in here just to cause trouble. You see something that is just like, oh, the woke, and then just blindly attack for being attack dogs for these grifters who are profiting off of your anger because you are a fool to believe them.
Yeah, and I need to remind a lot of these people that are defending people like Arch and Grums, reminding all of you, they will quickly throw you under the fucking bus. They throw you fuckers under the bus all the goddamn time.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about the product you love or the stories that you love. You are a money bin for them. Now, I'm not gonna lie and say, like, oh, my audience generates me money. I'm not gonna lie about that. But here's the thing. I'm willing to admit and fess up to when I make a mistake. They blame all of you for actions that they caused. I take stock and I take blame for actions that are mine alone. If my audience starts harassing a person, that's on me. Now, I know I can't control all of you, but you're still from my community, and I will deal with you. they have people from their community attack people all the time, and when people come and accuse them of that, they throw those people under the bus. It's not my fault, even though they're the ones stoking the rage. And remember, if I can do this to you, you done fucked up somewhere.
And I suppose this is where you bust out her racist quote. I literally have a whole duffel bag full of them.
I literally have a whole duffel bag full of them. If I can bust out the duffel bag, you're in trouble. So just gonna open this up for later. Gonna open this up for later.
Well, I've got to hop off because I have some medication starting to work. I hope everybody has a pleasant rest of the stream, and I enjoyed the brief bits of conversation I was able to get.
Yeah, good having you on, Longwood.
Thanks, you guys. Have a good one.
See ya.
I'm assuming you're talking about Ferris. If so, they recovered his head. Oh, they're TikTok's having its own conversation. I'm just looking, like, some people are responding to what I'm saying and just, like, happy to hear what I'm saying, or just, like, just asking questions. This wasn't
just vibing.
This wasn't a Q&A stream. I was going to save that for tomorrow when we're painting. But yeah, like, so that's essentially what I wanted to talk about today. I hope I made some general sense.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have people that are, like, starting to question, like, why the fuck am I listening to people like Star Wars Theory or Arch and Grums and all that kind of stuff, send them this stream. And, like, I want these people to know I'm not attacking you. I'm attacking why you are acting like this. I'm going after why. Because can people change? Yes, I fully believe it. Like, I changed. I grew up. I grew out of that mindset. Because I was challenged on my beliefs, and my beliefs could not withstand the questions and the scrutiny. And I came to the realization that not only was I being misled, and not only was I just being angry for being angry, I was miserable. I was fucking miserable, and I was blaming everyone else for my problems. And then I went and got help, and I improved myself. Are there things that I did in my past that I regret to this day? Hell yes. But you don't live by living in the past. You live by acknowledging what you did, accepting that you did it, and working to improve. And that's what I did, and I'm continuing to do so. You don't get better by just wallowing in your shit pile or hanging the toaster over your bathtub. I tried making a TikTok for this, and I'm like, I can't explain this in a 10-minute TikTok. I need to talk about it on stream.
And also, like, if you're in a friend group that want you to do those things, that, like, want you to, like, are like, the only engagement you can get out of your friend group is by going to more and more extreme opinions and positions. They're not your friend group.
They are not.
At that point.
Like, I'm
sorry.
When I got out of the alt-right pipeline, the people that called themselves my friends, they turned on me immediately. I was being healthier. I was making better options for myself. I was choosing to be better. I had a girlfriend. Now my wife. And they got mad at me for it. I was enjoying things. I was having fun with things, and they were mad at me about it. and I left them behind. I know a lot of people are scared to lose their friend groups and scared to lose, like, people they deem their friends, but guess what, guys? Most adult relationships don't last more than a decade. People grow up and move on. It happens. It's a part of life. Doesn't mean like you people like, it doesn't mean like your friendship ended because of a fight. It just means like you drifted apart, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if these people are actively causing you negatives in your life and are actively like treating you like shit, don't be around them. Because you don't need that. It's not good for you to be around people like that. Like my last friend group, I learned that they hated being around me. And like, it was because I was autistic and that I was honest with them. And I just said, no, fuck that. Fuck the lot of you. And I moved on with my life. Was it hard? Yes. Does it still upset me to this day? Yes, it does. But part of life. I moved on, and now I have fewer friends in my personal life, but I reconnected with a guy from high school who is like now one of the most chillest dudes I know. And we gathered together and just chat in my living room with like coffee or dinner. Talking about like games that we love, 40K, Battletech, all that kind of stuff. My best friend doesn't live that far from me, and yeah, we don't like hang out every day. Hell, I think like we only hang out like twice a year, but like I'm satisfied with that. And then I go down to my local game club and I play. And I'm happy. I'm much happier than I was. And you can be happier too. Just remove those negative people from your life, those people that are keeping you stuck. And I promise you, you will find success. And yeah, it's short-term pain for long-term gain. But I can promise you now, I'm in a much better place than I was at like from 2016 to 2019 were the most miserable years of my life. And then I made a change during COVID, and here I am now. Wait, they got mad at you for having a girlfriend? Oh yeah!
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Believe it or not, these people, they say they hate women, but they're desperate. And if they would just get over themselves and learn that people can have different opinions and different views on things, they'd be much happier. I know exactly the type of people you're talking about. Oh, yeah. There is one question, though, that I do want to answer before we leave today. How dare you have a maiden and play games you love? Yes, how dare I? Okay, the one fun question that I'll answer before we go. But don't forget, tomorrow is paint night. So I'll be sitting on my stream, painting models and talking with chat and everything. So, like, if you have art projects that you want to do or models that you want to paint and you want to paint along with me, come join the stream. We're going to be doing that tomorrow. But why is Huron Blackheart so powerful, and why hasn't he been wiped out yet? So, you gotta remember that, like, space is huge. Like, a lot of people tend to forget that, like, space is space, and how huge space is. Huron may have a large fleet, but, like, try finding, like, 300 ships in the void of space. Just try it. You're not gonna find them. And even worse is that they're hiding in the Maelstrom, which is a zone of space constantly hampered by warp storms, other natural phenomena in space, so on and so forth. You can't just send a fleet after that. Which sucks, because, like, he's a reaver, he's a pirate. He's gonna jump out, take everything, and then leave just as quickly as he arrived. It's that kind of thing that the Imperium is so massive that it can't deal with problems like that, because they're guarding so much space that there are enemies within their borders and they can't deal with it. Is he looking for the One Piece?
I mean,
Go, Will.
like, I was gonna say, like, he kind of is. Like, he kind of is just like this, like, pirate king looking to get money. Like, or get wealth and riches and power. So yeah, he is kind of looking for the One Piece. He's looking for the thing that will make him more powerful.
He is a creature, and I love him. The Imperium is a weak old man, ready and waiting to be broken apart by his vengeful sons. That is his quote. And he's a very successful raider and pirate. And what else?
He also mapped more of the Maelstrom than anyone else had in history before he became a pirate.
Yeah. And remember, Space Marines got really good memories. They remember like elephants, dude. What time is your live tomorrow? I'll be going live tomorrow at like 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we'll just be painting for a while. And just like, I got some Mark III Marines that I'm painting up for a tournament that I'm going to be participating in.
Ooh.
I posted them in the Safe for Work art chat. I got 2 tactical support squads for Horsehairs to do. And I got 3 of them done, which are these 2, but like another one done as well. And I'm going to be painting these up, and then after I'm done painting them, I might start building that sister squad that I got from one of our community members named Aphrodite. Go ahead, Will.
I was gonna say, I now need to at some point, based on something you said, at some point get you talking about BattleTech, because, like, I was like, ooh, BattleTech.
I do want to talk about BattleTech. It's just like I'm talking about 40k because 40k is the bigger thing, but I do want to talk about BattleTech.
I know.
I want to talk about the Bushwhacker. I want to talk about fucking Cataphract. I want to talk about Black Star, well, Night Star, and Archer. God, I love the Archer. Oh my God, you want me to be a problem child? I bring archers.
I may or may not have a House Steiner banner on my wall.
Oh, it's sick. Like, guys, to tell you how invested I am in, like, BattleTech, I made my own mercenary company. Like, not just, like, my own color scheme, but, like, the full fluff for it, too. I call it Banshee Company. And they're like a night raid mercenary force. And I love them so much. I'm a fucking dork, what can I say? Mountain Time, he lives in the mountain. Sorry.
This is gonna make no sense. This is gonna make no sense to anyone else. What's your preferred era?
Ah, fuck. Clan Invasion. I just love how stupid it is.
No, that's fair. I completely respect that.
Like, my God, how are like these super advanced tech clans losing to like the Inner Sphere? Well, you see, we just have a lot of bodies and useless idiots that we can throw at you.
Also, your own clan internal politics is actually screwing you over.
Exactly. Listen, you want me to have a good time? I love hearing how the politics is screwing over the wars. I love hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
And Clan Invasion is just that. But yeah, is BattleTech a different thing from 40k? Yes, it is. It is a way different game. But the best comparison I can make is, what if it was just Imperial Knights going at each other? Like, just imagine a game of Imperial Knights going at each other. But without, like, the need to, like, hook yourself up to the machine. And, like, the universe wasn't as grimdark. It's still not good to live in the BattleTech universe, but, like, it's not as grimdark. And there's more than just... And not, like... Every faction is problematic, but not every faction is just de facto evil. They're just problematic. But, like, there are...
No one... Well, one faction is out and out evil, and the rest are all just kind of governments.
Yeah. It's kind of like you pick the government that you like the most. Or, like, you're a mercenary band and you're paid the highest wage.
Yeah.
It's great.
The Word of Blake are actually evil, though.
Yeah,
they are
no.
just actually evil.
Oh. But yeah, we'll be doing Paint Night tomorrow for 40K. There are other tabletop games that I would love to talk about with people. Right now, we're just focused on 40K because, well, you know, 40K. But, like, I do want to, like, slowly branch out into other tabletop games. Like BattleTech, Blood Bowl, etc. But yeah, that's the stream. This week, we're doing back-to-back streams. So, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then we'll be back to our regular schedule. Wednesday, we're painting. Thursday, Friday, we're playing Silent Hill 2. Saturday, we'll either be doing Dark Tide or Space Marine 2. And then, again, back to our regular schedule next week. Before you go, boss, how was your Thanksgiving dinner? I had a stomach ache during it, so I was very tired and out of it. So it wasn't as bad as I was worrying it was going to be, but, like, it was still awkward. I'll talk about it more tomorrow. I won't go too deep into it because it's, like, family stuff. It's personal stuff for me. But, yeah. Well, thank you all for showing up. Again, tomorrow, Paint Night. Have your stuff ready or just have questions ready. It's going to be a Q&A. So, bring your questions, whether it be about me or things that you're interested in. Not just 40K, but if you have 40K questions, don't be afraid to ask. You know I love answering them. But, until tomorrow, everybody. Talk to y'all later.